Welcome back to the AI Brief Deep Dive. Today, we're really digging into three major shifts, things that show AI isn't just a novelty anymore.
Exactly. It's becoming critical infrastructure, sometimes, well, uncomfortably critical,
Right, so our mission is to look at these pressure points. We've got Hollywood's transformation.
which is pretty uncomfortable, yeah. Then there's Apple's internal scramble, trying to save Siri.
And finally, this surprising cost the actual money companies are losing because of AI outputs that, look polished but are basically empty.
Hollow, yeah. So we'll cover that AI actress, Tilly Norwood. She's close to a big agency deal.
We'll get into Apple's internal app, codenamed Veritas.
And the research that puts a dollar figure on this AI work slop, it's costing companies millions.
Okay, let's start with Hollywood.
Right.
Because this shift feels really sudden, really dramatic.
It is. Studios went from kind of dismissing AI fears to actively chasing AI talent deals almost overnight, it seems.
And the big example here is Tilly Norwood. She's an AI actress from this studio, Sequoia.
And she's not just like a character concept.
Yeah.
She's actively in talks with major Hollywood talent agencies right now.
That explains the backlash then. We're hearing human actors are already calling for boycotts.
Boycotts of any agency that signs someone like Tilly. And she only just debuted, last month? In a comedy sketch.
Yeah, but Sequoia, which spun out of Particle 6, they're moving super fast.
And their ambition is huge. The founder, Elaine Vandervelden, she said the goal is for Tilly to be the next Scarlett Johansson or Natalie Portman.
Wow. So they're building out whole backstories, voices, narrative arcs for a digital person.
And the agencies are listening. Because, think about the business side. No reshoots, no salary demands, no scheduling conflicts.
That's a compelling pitch for a studio, I guess. Vandervelden said they saw studios flip from skeptical to interested really quickly.
But can an AI really be a star? Stardom often comes from that human element, the unexpected, the vulnerability.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? If everything is perfectly controlled, does the audience actually connect?
It's the core tension. But this, plus AI musicians like Anxania Monet, it just proves synthetic performers are here. They're not coming. They are here. And it's incredibly polarizing.
Okay, let's shift from that external pressure in Hollywood to internal corporate pressure. And Apple feels like the perfect example right now. They seem to be scrambling with Siri.
Oh, absolutely. Apple needs to upgrade Siri urgently. And we're learning about their internal setup for this ChatGPT-style app, codenamed Veritas.
So Veritas isn't for us, the public. It's for Apple employees.
Right. They're using it to stress test the AI that's supposed to eventually make Siri, smart. They're experimenting with things like editing photos by voice or searching your own personal data.
And the underlying system is called Linwood.
That's the one. It's the architecture. It mixes Apple's own AI models with third-party ones, which is interesting. But they've hit problems.
Yeah, engineering problems apparently pushed the launch way back to March 2026.
March 2026. That's ages in AI time.
Yeah.
And it's causing issues. Executives are shuffling. Talent is leaving for labs that move faster.
So what's the strategy then? Are they going to release Veritas as its own chatbot like ChatGPT?
Apparently not. The plan seems to be embedding all these new smarts directly into Siri itself, make the whole device feel smarter, rather than launching a separate app.
That feels risky, given the lead others have. Is embedding enough, or are they too far behind?
Well, if they can really nail that deep integration, do things others can't because it's built into the OS, maybe? Things like that deep personal data access.
But they have to hit that 2026 date.
They really do. Missing it would make the gap seem enormous. The pressure on that Linwood team must be immense.
Okay, let's pivot again. From that corporate race to a productivity problem AI seems to be creating everywhere. This idea of AI work slop.
Right. It's stuff that looks good, polished, grammatically perfect, but it's fundamentally hollow. It's AI output where the user basically just offloaded the thinking.
And it just pushes the burden onto whoever receives it.
Exactly. Stanford and BetterUp Lab did a big survey, over 1,100 U.S. workers. Get this. 41% said they'd received work slop just in the last month.
41%, that's huge! And you said there's a real cost to this, an invisible tax.
A quantifiable one. The research found recipients spend, on average, 116 minutes, nearly 2 hours, decoding, fixing, or just redoing each piece of work slop they get.
2 hours per item, wow.
Yeah. And they estimate that overall, something like 15.4% of content floating around workplaces now qualifies as work slop.
So BetterUp put a dollar figure on that lost time.
They did. It works out to about 186 hours per worker per month. lost productivity just dealing with this stuff.
$186 a month per person. Multiply that across a big company.
You're talking millions a year, just wasted time fixing AI output that looked fine on the surface.
Is that figure $186 enough to make companies really change how they're rolling out AI? Or is it just seen as, the cost of doing business right now?
Well, it seems highest in professional services and tech. And it's not just money. The impact is also on trust. Most of this work slop flows between colleagues, not necessarily up to managers. And people who received it said they found the sender less trustworthy, less reliable, even less creative.
Huh. So it's actually damaging working relationships.
It really is. It shows people are using AI to completely offload tasks, not as a collaborator that still needs human guidance and critical thinking.
And the worry is, as the AI gets better at making things look polished.
The problem could actually get worse. Yeah. More hidden, harder to spot initially.
Okay, let's shift gears slightly, take a slightly slower pace for our quick updates section. What else is happening in AI right now?
Well, first up, Tencent dropped Hunyuan Image 3.0. This is a big deal, an 80 billion parameter text-to-image model. And it's open source, free to use.
80 billion parameters, open source. That's massive. What makes it special besides the size?
It seems quite capable. It can supposedly reason using world knowledge, handle really long prompts, and crucially, is good at generating text inside the images. That's often a weak spot.
Interesting. What about software updates or leaks?
A couple of whispers. An app researcher, Tibor Blaho, suggests Claude might get an Imagine feature. The idea is to let users build, desktop-style interfaces for working with their AI outputs or data.
Okay. And for ChatGPT?
Blaho also claims ChatGPT might be getting more practical features, things like parental controls and some kind of task delegation system.
All right. And the talent wars continue.
Oh, yeah. Meta poached another big name from OpenAI, Yang Song. He's now a research principal over at Meta's AI lab, MSL. That drain seems constant.
Google's been updating its models, too.
Yep, tweaks to Gemini 2.5, Flash, and Flashlight. They're focusing on efficiency, following instructions better, and improving how the models use external tools, what they call agentic tool performance.
And speaking of tool use, there's something to help with coding.
Right. Exa released Exacode. It's designed to help AI coding tools find really relevant web context. The whole point is to cut down on those confident-sounding mistakes, the hallucinations, when AI generates code.
Makes sense. And OpenAI is looking to make more money.
Looks like it. The new application CEO, Vijay Simo, is reportedly hiring an executive specifically focused on monetization and advertising for ChatGPT, turning chat into cash.
And finally, funding. Still flowing.
Seems so. An AI image startup, Black Forest Labs out of Germany, is reportedly raising up to $300 million. That could value them at $4 billion.
$4 billion. Wow. So investors are definitely still betting big on the potential, even with issues like work slop emerging.
Yeah, the money's still pouring in on the development side.
Okay, let's quickly run through some trending AI tools you might want to check out.
First, that huge model we mentioned, Hunyuan Image 3.0 from Tencent, open source text-to-image.
Then there's ChatGPT Pulse. It sends you proactive, personalized morning briefing.
Factory. This is a software development agent that's getting top scores on a key benchmark called Terminal Bench.
Best PDF. A useful online tool for editing, converting, and managing PDFs using AI help.
SlideStorm. Uses AI to create and post TikTok slideshows very quickly. Useful for marketing folks, maybe.
VivGrid. That's a platform aimed at businesses for building, deploying, and managing AI agents.
And lastly, LipSync. A tool that takes static photos and makes them talk by syncing them realistically with audio.
All right. So wrapping up today's deep dive, we've seen these three big pressure points really clearly.
Yeah, the clash in Hollywood over synthetic actors like Tilly Norwood.
Apple racing against that March 2026 deadline for Siri using Veritas internally.
And this very real, measurable cost, that $186 per employee per month from AI works up.
So connecting it all, what's the final thought you want to leave us with?
Well, we talked about AI work slop being a problem now because the output is often hollow, right? Even if it looks good. But think ahead a few years. What happens when the AI gets so good that the polished but hollow output is basically indistinguishable from genuinely good human work?
Uh-oh. Where are you going with this?
The key skill for humans won't be generating the content anymore. It'll be something deeper. It'll be developing and applying the critical thinking needed to actually verify the integrity, the accuracy, the value of that AI output. Verification becomes the premium skill, not generation.
Verification, not generation. That's a really powerful takeaway. Okay, thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
If you want to keep up with this incredibly fast-moving space, please do follow the AI brief.
And share this deep dive with anyone you think needs a clear, quick view on what's really happening in AI today. Thanks for listening.